this is Jeannette from CareWise Solutions. I'm here in Escazú, Costa Rica, talking with people who work and have family caregiving challenges. I'd like to start with a conversation with my friend about his work, life, and caregiving challenges. Can you start a little bit with a discussion about who you are, what you do, and what you face every day, and your wife?
Okay. I'm Alan. My name is Alan Duran. In fact, I have two jobs. I work like server in a restaurant from hotel, and I have another job is a Uber driver too. I work like 12 hours more or less a day, 7 days a day. In fact, my wife is server too. She works like 10 hours more or less every day. It's really hard for us. We don't have too much time for serious, but it's the life we have in this moment. So,
Tell us about your wife and her work and how she feels about the challenges of work and care and her relationship with her family.
okay, with my wife, I have a great wife, in fact, because she understands why I have to work too much. In fact, she works too, a lot of hours too. But she complained me for the bills, for the time. She understands why we can see it too much time. Why maybe see her 1 hour a day. With my family, I live with my mother. I can see there every day. It sounds strange because I live with her in the same house, but I can see her. Maybe I can see there 2 hours out of the week. Just to say, hi mom, how are you? How you feel? How you eat? Whatever. It's hard. With my wife too. With my mother-in-law and my father-in-law, I can sit there because I have too much time too. It's really hard, really hard. For example, my wife is the day off for her. She's going to see the parents, her parents. It's hard for her too because she can see that usually maybe just one more time of the month. It's hard, you know.
Yeah, yeah. How does your mom feel about you having to work and your wife working and being away from home and that caring relationship that you would all love to have and people in Costa Rica are known to have?
My mother say, be careful in the street, take care, don't work too much, just have one job. She knows it's impossible in this moment. The problem, for example, in Costa Rica is really expensive. So you have to pay the bills, you have to pay the car, the food, whatever. So she understands, but she want I have two jobs. In fact, my mother works too much, 6 days of the day too, but it's the only way in the moment.
As your mom is getting older,
Yes.
how do you make sure that she gets the care she needs and support during the day with both of you working?
Yeah, it's really hard because I don't think in moment how you take care later. In this moment, take care for herself. I would say. But I have to need more money for her, for my wife. It's really hard.
Okay. Since you all work, and that's an interest that I have in my business, I'd like to understand how your employer and maybe your direct supervisors help you in dealing with the conflicts of working, not enough having time in the day, and you wanting to feel that you have a solid relationship with your mom at home.
In the moment it's impossible because it's so strange. Because when we going to the restaurant, he don't care if I am hungry. He don't care. I feel Thursday he don't care because the only new thing is you have to do the job for the pay. That's it. You have to do and that's it.
Okay. Does your employer understand how a lack of support for you in having more time for your family impacts your interest in staying to work for them?
No, you don't care.
They don't care?
Nah.
How does that make you feel that they don't care?
Yeah, it's it's the only the job is the same. Just interesting. You have to job and so pretty and perfect. That's it.
Okay.
You feel fine. You don't care.
What would you like any organization, the government, healthcare, to do to help you and your wife and your mom succeed and work, keep your income, and feel good about your life?
Maybe with the credits, for example, have pay less money, for example, in the month because less money for pay for the bills, more money for me, for example, more money for me, more job, less job, for example, something like that. That's great help.
Okay. So if you didn't have to work 2 jobs, you would have more time for mom.
Exactly.
Do you think your company would ever think about giving you extra money to take care of mom so that you could be at work?
Of course.
You
Yes.
think that would help a lot?
Of course, yes.
Is there anybody in the community who comes to help you with mom today? So you're pretty much alone.
Yes. I have
And-
to job. No, she's have to job for the money.
So I guess the bottom line is this. How do you feel about the situation?
Oof, it's so strange. It's too much stress because we have to work every day for the money for the next day. You know, for the car, for the bills. You have to really so hard, really hard.
So we're really calling for something big to make a difference for all of us and for you, your wife, and your family at home.
Yes, exactly.
So it's got to be both work, home, and for you to be healthy.
Exactly. It's really hard because, for example, I have our son. I can see them too much, like maybe one time of the month. Why? Because I don't have time for her. Of course, she's in the college. Of course, she's busy, but it's hard. Could be for my time for my wife, for my son, for me, and for my mother. With 2 jobs, it's really hard. It's impossible sometimes.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing, and I appreciate you helping us at CareWise to help employers to understand and the agencies that we think should be supporting us better to think about different solutions than we have today.
Maybe less hours from the job because sometimes you have to work 12 hours maybe. Maybe if you have to work 8 hours, you have 4 hours for spend for your family, for example. Maybe less days at the week because 7, 6, 8, maybe have to job 5 days. You have I'll spend another day for my family. It's a great idea. Sometimes it's really hard. Some company have this schedule for the people. 6 days, 2 jobs for work. Sorry, and 2 days off. It's amazing because I have more time, but it's hard because Costa Rica no Israel. Because the another company, another country is come to here make it.
One more question. If you have a family care emergency, how does that impact the people you work with?
Oof. For example, I have more money, for example, and I have to job less. My what do you say? Humor? It's better. Humor. I feel better. Maybe I have to work better. My work makes maybe feel better with me. That is, it's so completely with my life.
So when you have an emergency, you need flexibility in scheduling,
Exactly.
but when you don't show up, your teammates aren't happy because they have to pick up the load, right?
Exactly.
So the first time, it's okay. The second time,
Exactly.
the third time, right?
Yes, it's true.
Okay.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
really
yeah.
true.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not for me, for her too. I have two workmates, she have children. Sometimes call and come to the house. The child have a problem, because what I have to do, work for her. That is hard for us.
How many people do you work with?
At the moment, we are 6 servers in the
6
restaurant.
servers.
Yes.
How many servers that you work with have the same problem?
Oof. Maybe 5. No, 4.
4 out of 6.
Because I have to see, because I have 6, another 2, for example, 2, is single. Too much problem.
Okay,
The
so
problem
there-
is for another 4, we have family, wife or husband, we have children, we have mother. It's different for us.
So 4 out of 6 on your little team
Yes.
have the same challenge every day,
Yes.
and your employer doesn't understand it,
Yes.
and they're not helping you solve the problem.
For example, I have a workmate. She's serving with me. She have the day off, or the first time she's a cloud. She's make it party with children, something like that, or she need more money. In fact, she have 2 jobs too,
Yeah.
and she's going to the college, and she's married too. So she make it 2. Okay, for example, in the same day, she's cloud, she's server, she's mother, and she's a student. It's really hard for her.
And how's her health? How's her stress and health?
She's really stressed sometimes. She's so strange. She's just screams. Oh my goodness! Everybody knows what the problem.
Everybody knows, but nobody has an answer. So, thanks again.
Yeah.
I really appreciate your time, and you have a wonderful afternoon. And I hope we can come up with some solutions to help you and 4 out of 6 of your teammates. Thank you again. We're in this together, and caring counts. Let's all work around the world for a better solution. Thank you, and heading out of Costa Rica tomorrow. See you again soon.
See you.